Hello, I'm Megean Garvin, Director of Research and Assessment for the Maryland Center for Computing Education.
Hi, I'm Janice Mak, currently with Arizona State University.
Maryland is fortunate to have $5 million the first year and $1 million ever since 2018 for funding. We also, very importantly in that policy, had the sunset clause. We get to hold onto the funds as we put them out into useful programs. That's something to consider for states when they are thinking about funding and what the funding model looks like.
Arizona's quite the other end. The year that we asked for funding was Red for Ed, and the governor's office was very supportive of computer science standards and computer science in general, so they wanted to do something. And we decided that standards and teacher certification were two really great starting points. You can get a little creative, but you still can get standards done, even with minimal funding. So
I think technology in schools are very important, and I think students need to be creators and not just consumers. So that's where I meandered my way through into this area.
I got into computer science from a third grade student way back when, and he asked, how do I make a website? We started on that journey, and then ever since then, I really saw the impact that this creating had on my students. From then on, I really felt like that was my calling, and then all the more when I got to serve on the state board, and we've been looking at data, we just have to all be doing something about it, right? And I felt like that's my why.
Maryland is locally controlled. They do have to make efforts to actually broaden participation at the middle school and high school levels, and our center works on professional development for our in-service teachers, and we also work with our higher education, both public and private, to infuse computing into our pre-service programs so that we are actually having some come out with baseline computing skills that they didn't have before. They have to be brought up to speed in order for all of your students to be brought up to speed for all of those jobs we haven't even created yet.
I can speak to some of the work we've been doing with Computer Science Teachers Association around standards for CS teachers. This set is aspirational. It's really designed to be for growth. And like you said, it connects to the teacher training component of it, right? That we want to make sure that we have the inclusive mindsets to grow our students, welcoming environments, that it's not just a matter of teaching computer science, but making sure that we are doing it in inclusive ways. In our state, to ensure inclusive standards, we try to ensure representation from every county in the state. There is definitely that need to think about things flexibly and how can we adapt it to the communities within which we work.
I'm also thinking globally lately, especially with Code.org and Microsoft, really looking at the global markets and how we really need standards that are global. And you can always locally adapt them where you are in your policy structure, but we do need to start thinking more globally because our workforce is now global.